live session of this NPTEL course called Mathematics for Economics, Part 1. And I'm Debarshi. I teach economics at the HSS department, IIT Guwahati. Now, this course, which is Mathematics for Economics Part 1, has been offered to NPTEL students who have registered for this course. And what we do is that from time to time, at least 3 times in the duration of the course, we conduct live sessions. Live sessions means the instructor interacts with the students and tries to clarify doubts in a live session. And that is a one-to-one kind of interaction with the students. So this is the purpose of this session. We have already conducted one live session a few weeks back. That was the first live session. And this is the second live session that we are conducting. So if you have any questions or doubts, then you can ask those questions here. Um, someone has joined already, Deepak Tudu, and Deepak uh, has asked in the chat that I came to know about this session through NPTEL's Twitter post. I'm here to explore this topic for future exams. Now, what sort of future exams you have in mind, I do not know. But for example, if you want to pursue economics as a as your career, right? If you want to study economics, then this course might be helpful for you to get a introductory idea about the applications of the mathematical tools in economics. So uh, the exams that you have in mind, if they are like entrance exams to some master's level courses, jam gate. Okay, I have been told that recently economics has been included in gate and jam maybe also. Do not know the details. So if economics is included and mathematical economics is there, then surely this course could be helpful for you. Um, but I'm sure that if economics is there, mathematical economics has to be there, because mathematical economics, yeah, maths for economics is in the syllabus. So this course will be one of the courses which will prepare you for those kind of exams. Why I'm saying one of the, because in the title of this course itself, it is mentioned that mathematics for economics part 1, right? So that means there could be a part 2 as well. And why this part 1 part 2 is because the entire syllabus of mathematical economics, it's not possible to cover within one course, right? So in this course we have 30 lectures, about 1 hour each, so 30 hours of lecture. So within 30 hours it is not feasible to cover the entire syllabus. And what syllabus are we following here? That is also a relevant question. So in this course we are following the the syllabus which has been recommended by the University Grants Commission, that is the UGC of India. So UGC is a regulatory body of the government which basically recommends what should be the model syllabus structure of different courses, right, at the university level. So it is a regulatory body of all the government universities as well as colleges. Now, in their prescription, they also prescribe what could be a model syllabus, okay, for economics honor students. So while designing this particular course, we have followed that format of the UGC, that model format of the UGC. So in that format itself, there are two mathematical economics courses. We are in this course, we have covered the first one. So in future, we will be doing the second one as well. So if you go through these two courses together, that will prepare you uh, for these sorts of exam, because by the time you finish these two courses, you know what the economics honor students learn in their undergraduate, right? In their undergraduate program, maybe BA honors in economics or BSc honors in economics, whatever be the name of the degree, what the honors economics students learn in their undergraduate courses as far as mathematical economics is concerned. So JAM and maybe GATE also, those should be, that should be covered in the purview of these two courses. Okay, Deepak has also mentioned the exact topics. No, the topics that you are mentioning, these are statistical courses of the topics of statistics. So these will not be covered here. These are all statistics topics: probability theory, mathematical statistics, hypothesis testing, correlation and regression. So I'm sorry, these are not going to be covered. Mathematical economics is a different ball game, and these are all statistical topics. These are also taught to economics honor students, but they are not called mathematical economics. These will be covered in a separate paper. Maybe the name of the paper could be, statistical, mathematical statistics, or statistics as such, statistics 1, statistics 2, right? Those will be the names of the papers. Mathematical economics is different. So in mathematical economics, we consider things like, you know, uh, the maximization of profit of a producer, how, at what level he's going to maximize the profit, his profit, or at what level the consumers of goods, right, uh, will be maximizing their utility subject to some budget constraint. Those are the things that are being covered in this course. So it's more mathematical. It's not statistical. Okay, statistical economics is in JAM. Yeah, that is why the topics that you have mentioned are all statistics related. Yes. But in JAM also there could be mathematical economics. I do not know. I have not looked into the syllabus, but there could be mathematical economics as well. Or even if it is not there, suppose there is some topic called microeconomics or macroeconomics, then in those portions also the application of mathematics is done. So to understand microeconomics or macroeconomics also, you need to learn mathematical economics. And let me check if I have got some other queries through uh, the other interface that we have. Preliminaries and functions, differential calculus, integral calculus, differential equations, linear algebra optimization. Yes, you see in these topics that you have just showed to me, the first part is covered in this course itself. Let me show you the syllabus that we have. Okay, and you'll be able to see that some of the topics that you have mentioned are covered. Okay, I hope I am visible now. My screen is visible. So these are the topics that are being covered in this course. And you see differentiation, differential calculus, integration, integral calculus, and their applications in economics, functions, all are there. And in fact, there is something more also. You have sequences and series, um, single variable optimization. Those things are also there. These are essentially applications of differential calculus. We also have covered something called difference equations. Okay, they are also very important part of economic theory, but they are not covered in the syllabus that you have showed to us. Okay, so the my point is that whatever you have shown as JAM mathematical economics portion, maybe 60%, yeah, yeah, 60% of that is covered here. What is not covered here is differential equations, linear algebra, and optimization. So these are also very important topics: differential equations, linear algebra, and optimization. But they are not being covered in this course. They will be covered in the second part. The second part is a different course altogether. But the rest is covered in this course. And in fact, not only the rest, more than the rest is part of this course. So that is my point. This course is going to be helpful for you for these kinds of exams. Uh, but you have to supplement this with the second part, which I think is not available right now, but we are planning to start the recording of that later on. Yeah, plus economics applications. So in this course, economics applications are very much there. Every topic, whenever I have uh, talked about that topic, the applications are very much mentioned, and many examples have been given in the tutorials also. There are some, special tutorial lectures where the problems are solved. Okay, let me check if we have some other questions, online questions. No, we have not received any online questions from our viewers. um, just 1 minute. I'll just close the door and come back. Okay. Deepak is asking, sir, are all these topics BTech level maths plus economic application? BTech level maths, I do not know because I have not taught BTech level maths, but I guess they will be most of it, if not all. For example, difference equation, I don't think it is taught in the BTech level, difference equation, because what happened is that when I teach some applications of difference equation in some course in IIT Guwahati to the BTech level students, it seems that they do not know difference equations. Now that could also be the reason for that could be that those students have not undergone difference equation, so they have not undergone those courses of those BTech courses where difference equation is taught. Right, that is also possible. The difference equation is taught, but those students did not opt those courses. So whatever it is, apart from a few topics, I think most of the topics that we are going to cover here, yeah, most of the topics that we are going to cover in this course, those topics will be there in BTech also, in a standard BTech syllabus, because BTech syllabus also varies from one place to another. But I think the USP of this course is not the mathematical tools. The US Because mathematical tools, BTech level students will know most of them. The main purpose of this course is to tell the students, look, this is the technique that you have learned maybe elsewhere. We are going to tell that same technique to you once again, maybe in a brief manner. But the main point is that how to use that technique, right? In economics, where does it fit in? When you have learned that technique, so you have to use it in some particular field in economics. And there are so many fields in economics, starting from micro to macro to finance, right? So out of this many fields within economics, how do you use those tools that you have learned? Okay, that tools you may have learned from elsewhere, but how to use them. So that is, I think, the main um, purpose of this course. And this course also serves those students who do not know those tools also. So suppose you are just a first year BTech student, okay, BTech student, but first year. So maybe you do not know the tools. In that case also, you will be introduced to those tools and then you will learn how to use them. Okay, so any other questions? Two other students have joined us. If you have any questions, you can ask me verbally or you can type in the chat box. I cannot hear any voice. So if you want to convey anything, you can, instead of talking, you can type it also in the chat box. Okay, one more thing, which is that since I was telling you that this is a live session and we are going to have several live sessions in this course. One live session we have already done, and that live session covered the first 4 weeks. Whatever topics we have covered in the first 4 weeks, we talked about those topics. So if you have any questions or doubts from the topics of the first 4 weeks, we tried to cover them in the first live session. This second live session that we are having right now is about the week 5th and 6th, right? So only those topics that have been covered in the 5th week and 6th week, those will be covered. We can discuss them in this particular live session. So to be precise, what were the topics that were covered in the 5th and 6th weeks? We talked about differentiation of higher order and linear approximation. Okay, so differentiation we have covered in the first 4 weeks itself. In the 5th week, we talked about differentiation of higher order. And I think we also talked about partial differentiation. And if you have a function of more than one variable, then the partial differentiation becomes relevant, as we have seen. But suppose you want to differentiate the function twice partially, then what happens to it? So that was covered. And linear approximation, how to approximate a function which may not be linear, but we can find a linear function which is similar to this function. This is called linear approximation. So linearization or linear approximation happens with reference to a particular point on the function that we have seen. And in the 6th week, we covered many other topics such as sequences and series, limits, and the idea of continuity and differentiability. Those things were covered in this 6th week. Convergence, exponential and logarithmic function, what are their applications in economics? And we covered many topics on financial economics, especially the idea of present value, right? How to evaluate investment projects based on the present value criterion or internal return criterion, right? Those were the applications of the idea of present value, how to find out the present value of a future income stream. Okay, so there these ideas about series and sequences become important. Okay, for example, if you have geometric series, most of these are geometric series actually. So what is the summation, and when we can actually find the summation of an infinite geometric series, and what are the applications of those in finance? So those are the things that we covered in the 6th week. So if you have any questions or doubts about those topics, then we can try to discuss them. So something else that we covered also in the 6th week is the Taylor's formula, which is also something related to this idea of series. And basically, it is also related to the idea of approximation. We talked about linear approximation, but there could be quadratic or polynomial approximation as well. So the Taylor's formula is related to that. And talked about exponential function and logarithmic functions. Now these are again might be something that have been introduced to BTech students or students of mathematics or in science students. For example, you are a student of physics, then you may have seen this. Then what are the applications in economics of these functions? Especially in economics, logarithmic function and exponential functions are quite used a lot because we talk about growth rate of a country, right? So India's growth rate is 6% or 7%. So in these cases, you are talking about from one year to the next how the GDP is rising, right? At what percentage rate? So this is related to the idea of the proportional rate of growth remaining constant. Okay. So if the proportional rate of growth of a function remains constant, then this function is an exponential function as we go by the definition. Okay. So therefore, whenever there are discussions, especially in macroeconomics, of growth rate of countries or per capita income growth rate, then it is related to the topic of exponential functions, and therefore and also think about the income of a person over a period of time. It is if it is growing at a particular rate, right? Again, you have the idea of the exponential functions. Or a person kept his money in the bank and it is earning some rate of interest over a period of time. So you have compounding of interest rate, right? But then it matters what will be the period of compounding. Is it compounded 1 year or 6 months? There could be something called continuous compounding also. Okay, and if you have compounding, continuous compounding of interest, then again you're back to exponential functions, use of exponential functions. So the main point that I'm trying to make is that mathematical economics, the basic tools of mathematical economics, therefore, you can see can be used in many fields within economics. Any other questions or queries you have? So let us wait for 3-4 minutes, and if there are no queries or questions from the audience, then we can um, end this session.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Umar,
Good evening, sir.
go ahead.
I have no any query related to questions, but I have certain issues regarding the course.
Yeah,
So basically, I am from Delhi University, not from economics background, but I am preparing for the DSE or ISI. So I have opted this course. How much this would
yes,
be beneficial? How much this would cover the mathematics which the universities offer in their undergrad courses?
yeah,
How much that would be covered?
yeah. I think I
Will
have
you bring
answered this.
any other question course in the future, mathematics for economics too? This is one.
Can you repeat this last part?
Will you bring other course like mathematics for economics too,
Okay.
as you have named this course mathematics for economics one first part?
Yeah. Is that all, or is there anything else?
No, sir. Please.
Okay. 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 Thank you for your question. So this is something Deepak also asked me just now, Deepak Tudu, who has joined us, that how far is this course beneficial for writing the exams? So the exams that Deepak mentioned are GATE and GEM, and the exams that you mentioned are, I think, ISI entrance exam,
Yes, yes.
master's level.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, as I was telling Deepak, the idea is that this course is a standard mathematical economics course for undergraduate economics students. Those
Yes.
economics students who have taken honors in economics, they have two papers on mathematical economics, and this is one of them. The first is this one, and the second. So, some of the topics that are covered in this course will match with your Delhi University economics honors, courses, mathematical economics paper, right? So that is how it is helpful. So there is one large overlap with that. So, um, so in the, I think, yes, I know, MS Kiwi, mathematical, sorry, Masters of
Yeah,
Science in
yes, sir.
Quantitative
Yes,
Economics. Yeah, I know that.
yes, sir.
So MSQV syllabus is like that. It is based on the standard undergraduate economics honors syllabus, right? So mathematical economics is, and my syllabus is same, but the second part is not there. As you mentioned, when the second part will be out, Second part, I have not started recording yet, so it will take some time. But we are on it. We have this plan to record it sometime sooner rather than later. So that is my answer to you. But at the same time, I should warn you is what I should warn you is that you should do some practice also after going through the course itself. Do not think that if you just write the exam of this course, that will be all, right? Because the exam will be just one exam. So I think the best way to prepare for these competitive exams is to what you have learned, try to test yourself, try to go, try to solve the problems from the books that I have mentioned. I have mentioned some books, right? Let me give you the complete list of the books if you have not seen them already.
Yes, sir. Seed Setter. I am taking the Seed Setter, solving the questions from Seed Setters in the past years also.
Oh, those are, yeah, that is one way to do that, that you go through the of the past year. But if you refer to these books also, you can see it on the screen. So these are the standard books that I have referred, and I have used them in designing this course, right? So Setter and Hammond, there are two books, and Alpha C. Chiang, Fundamental Methods of Mathematical Economics, Simon and Bloom, Mathematics for Economists. So if you use these books, use their examples and exercises from what you have learned in this course, then I think it will help you immensely in preparing for those exams. Okay. So I think that is how this course could be helpful. But I understand what you are trying to say, that that the second part is not there. That is true, and we are trying to record it as soon as possible.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, CET. If we do not have any questions, we can, I think, uh, stop for today. I don't think students are asking about the material of this course. Okay, actually the purpose of this course, of this interaction, is to clarify the doubts that students might have in going through week 5 and week 6. So we are not getting any questions regarding that week 5 and week 6 material. So I think we can stop here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can stop here.
Okay, thank you so much everyone for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.